What's up everyone, it's Mark from Totally Silenced. I hope you're all keeping well. I have so much stuff to feature today. Glorious have hooked me up with a massive care package. I wanted to do a dedicated Model I review, but that would have taken me about a month with all this stuff if I did it all separately. So I've decided to do an overview of every product that they've sent out. First up, the Model I. While initially I was a little disappointed that Glorious didn't continue to follow the Zowie lineup like the Model O and Model D, since I would have loved a lightweight ZA13 or even an S2, the Model I still has an amazing shape. The closest shape I would compare it to is of course the G502, Logitech's best selling mouse of all time. With the G502 having a reputation of being a bit of a brick since it weighs 115 grams, I feel there's going to be a lot of people interested in a mouse with a similar shape weighing nearly half the amount, 69 grams. MSRP comes in at $59.99 US, which is around 46 UK pounds, but please remember you will probably have to pay import tax at 20%. Currently the Logitech G502 costs $79.99 US and around $79.99 UK pounds. If the build quality and performance holds up, this Model I should be a great buy over the Logitech mouse. Right now there's only a white and black matte version available, no glossy variants at this moment in time. As for the Model I size, the length feels no different to the G502, although there's no overhanging clicks on the Model I. As for the width, the Model I feels ever so slightly wider, but for the most part, most people won't notice any difference in the shape at all compared to the G502. Closely comparing them both, apart from the highly comfortable ergonomic shape, they are miles apart. Due to the Model I having a lightweight design, the buttons don't feel as premium and there's some slight creaking. Luckily there's no flex at all. The G502 of course has hyper scroll, 2 buttons next to the left click and a profile switch button. On the other hand, Glorious have packed the Model I with its own bag of party tricks. Firstly, there's a total of 4 replaceable side buttons. Each one can be swapped out with a blanking plate. I love this idea and find the mouse much easier to use for FPS games with the very back button blanked off and the very front one, otherwise I would be accidentally pressing them all the time. There are 2 DPI buttons on the top that can be reassigned. I didn't find myself hitting them by mistake once while gaming. Looking underneath, there's a DPI indicator which I would have much preferred to be somewhere visible instead of out of sight. As for gaming performance, it's a great mouse to aim with. I much prefer it to the G502. Comparing it to the other mice available from Glorious, the Model O and Model D, this is my least favourite overall, mainly because I use a claw hybrid grip style depending on if I'm fine aiming or not, and for me this is a little big. Saying that, I am very interested in testing out a smaller wireless version. I currently have the Model O- and the Model D- and both feel much easier to use. With that said, if you use palm grip, I personally believe the Model I could be your favourite mouse of the bunch. Its ergonomic shape just fits so well in my hand. Claw or fingertip users might find its shape a little hard to grip and uncomfortable over long periods of time. I would recommend waiting for the Model I- to be released unless you have seriously large hands. Mine are 19 cm in length and 10 cm across. Okay, next up, let's check out the GMMK2 recently released by Glorious. They kindly sent me both their 65 and full-size 96% keyboards. Unlike the Pro version, which I will also show you in a minute, these come pre-built. Costing $119.99, the GMMK2 is designed for people on a stricter budget. Design wise it looks very stealth, unless you get it in pink of course. There isn't any logos or excessive RGB, Glorious have gone for a very minimal look. The build quality feels excellent on both boards. It still retains the aluminium or aluminum top plate, which adds some serious strength and rigidity. Overall it feels heavy and planted, which really helps when typing and gaming. The version Glorious sent is their pre-built unit with Fox switches, but for $79.99 US you can start your own bare bones GMMK2 board and pick your own switches and keycaps, such as these amazing Aura switches, more commonly known as pudding keycaps. They also have other colorways available in their GPBT lineup. The typing feels extremely good with these Fox switches. The GMMK2 is fully modular, so you could buy various switches on the Glorious website and have different ones on a single board. It's an awesome feature to have. Here's a typing test with the GMMK2 65%, 95% and the GMMK Pro. So that's a quick overview of the latest products from Glorious, but I really want to show you their GMMK Pro. I have to say this delivers one of the best typing experiences I've personally ever had. It's a bare bones keyboard, but don't let that put you off. All you need to do is pick your desired switches and keycaps and slot them in place once it all arrives. I chose Panda switches with Aura keycaps with a total checkout price of $309 95 cents. I must admit that's pricey, but it's highly customizable since you can change the cable, get a different rotary knob colour, even replace the included PCB switch plate, and of course the individual switches and keycaps. The overall build quality is just unreal. It feels incredibly well made. The keyboard as a whole weighs twice as much, if not more, compared to any other 75% keyboard I have ever had. It doesn't flex, bend or creak at all. This is without doubt my main keyboard going forward. Each key doesn't have any horrible pinging at all. Here, take a listen. As for the software, it's now called Glorious Core. Finally, we can have every Glorious product in one sleek interface. Each Glorious product you own conveniently shows up down the left hand side. There are loads of RGB lighting effects to choose from. You can reassign every key or mouse switch, and in the performance tab, change the polling rate and input latency. It's also a very simple, well laid out interface that I know most people will probably enjoy using. I also don't see any aspects that I would like to change. It's perfect. Glorious are without a doubt a top quality brand that needs to be highly respected. The company's name or even the packaging does come across as a little bit of fun, but it's clear they take their actual products very seriously. I noticed on one of their boxes they've done away with the PC gaming race branding and now they are just calling their company Glorious. I believe that's a great move in my opinion, as it just comes across a little bit more professional and it suits the quality of their products a lot more. Okay everyone, I really hope you've enjoyed this overview of all the products Glorious sent out to me. I may try and ask them very nicely and see if they will be interested in doing a giveaway with me soon. That would be epic. My name's Mark from Silence Tech. Please remember to leave a like, comment down below, and if you haven't already, to consider subscribing. Goodbye. Okay Mason, what do you think of these two keyboards? Which one do you like the most?
I like this one, and it's really loud and I don't like it.
Okay. What do you like about the other keyboard then?
It's really soft and it feels nicer.
Nicer to type with and to game with.
Yeah.
So that's a thumbs up for the Glorious keyboard.
Yeah. And not this one.